Okay, awesome. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I've got an awesome SEO here, Gary Afron from the Ranking Factory. Unfortunately, Patrick was not able to make it. He is stuck somewhere in the air on an airline, and we were joking that it may have been Spirit Airlines, but hopefully it wasn't, so it wasn't a bad flight. So he's currently in the air. He's not going to be here with us today, but I'm sure he's here in Patrick's spirit, if we want to say it that way. So Gary's going to take over here. As you know, the Ranking Factory are amazing guys, and all their products are awesome. Everything that I've ever done with them has been awesome. And what Gary is going to be unveiling to you today is something that no one has yet run as a promo. It's not been shared outside of their inner group, and it's really awesome. So without further ado, let me give Gary here the reins and let you take over as host here, Gary. All right, you should be in full control.
Okay, let's see, make sure everybody can see my screen here.
There we go.
All right, can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So guys, what we're going to share with you today is a software that was based on a course that we did. Oh, it's been probably a year or so ago. A couple people I noticed in there have purchased the course because I recognize your names. But we're going to cover this we're going to go rather fast because I'd rather spend my time showing you how the software works rather than explain what it's done in the past. So bear with me if you have a question. Somebody interrupt me real quick, okay? So this strategy's never been revealed outside the ranking store prior to this, as far as the software and what it can do. We call this Calendar SEO Factory. Well, if you'll change screens, okay, it's power beyond imagination. What we can do with it is we can link events firing to infinity. Now, what I mean by that is when we create this, any of these events inside a calendar, they'll continue to fire every day or every hour or how you set it up every 30 minutes from now to eternity. Your grandchildren's grandchildren will be gone, and this will still be going if you don't delete it. So we want to show you some real-time effects and rankings caused by it.
Hey, let me just bounce in here real quick, Gary. Sorry to cut you off on this.
No,
so you're saying that once you set this thing up, it continues to fire everything that it's doing. It just continues on.
Correct.
That's awesome.
And we're going to show this both in the calendar live as well as in some of the images and demos. When we run the software, we're actually going to take and go away from the software right into my calendars and watch the software creating live in real time. Give me a 1 if that sounds kind of neat to you. Give me a 2 if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about.
Wow, I see a lot of responses there.
Hey, Gary, can you start up your slideshow? Because the slides are kind of small the way you have it showing right now.
I can see if I can make them larger. I can't.
You should be able to just hit the
F5.
F5, yeah.
Okay. Does that make a difference?
No.
Then go to slideshow, start slideshow.
Top, Gary. There you go. Slideshow. That's review. There you go.
Oh, okay.
And then start from current slide on the left. From current slide on the left. There you go. Nope. There you go.
Okay. Oh, wow.
There we go.
Oh, wow. See, Lou, I should let you run this thing.
Remember, he's an SEO expert, not a PowerPoint expert, folks.
Yeah.
Well, What a burner.
Okay. Now, can everybody see the improvements
Much better.
this is made? Now, we're gonna go through these slides rather quick, so if I go too fast, slow me up. What kind of effect can we do with a calendar quad stack or calendar SEO stack? What you're looking at here even shocked us. We moved a book up in Amazon 25,937 spots in one day. Everybody grasp that?
And that's by using the Google Calendar.
Using a Google Calendar and a very elementary stack, move
And we
this
figured out a
book,
way to automate it, right?
automated.
Right.
Automated. Now, eventually the book leveled off to where it was moving about 10,000 spots a day. But at first it's moving almost 26,000 spots in a single day. Now, this one, what we're looking at, this slides right here was what we call a Dan K special. A Dan K was a 7x38 stack because this was a national client in the legal niche. And when Dan started this, they were nowhere to be found. Now, we're going to show you some of the results of that. We moved the keywords up, 617 keywords, moved up 87 spots. This is in the second or third week. Now, as you can see, the keyword volume on some of these keywords, the search volume is 24,000. Some of them were 30, some of them were 20, some were a little bit lower. But the change, if you look at the primary keyword, he moved up 515 spots, or 515 plus, moved up 83 to change at the time he took the screenshot. This is Randy, whose image is up here. And I didn't take one of the dental sites that Randy did because he used other software beyond the software you're looking at today. But he has a daughter-in-law that's a criminal defense attorney in Grand Rapids. And she started her listing at number 5 on page 5. So when we created the stack, after 1 week, it moved her to number 2 on page 3. Now she's on page 1 in the top 3. This is over a period of about 4 weeks, guys. So we move a GMB from page 5 to page 1 in under 4 weeks.
And you're
Now-
doing this with Google Calendar, right?
Google Calendar, but
All right. So you're going to show us though, right?
we're going to show you that.
All right.
Now, but we want to add a disclaimer into this one right here. We do not aim a calendar stack at a GMB directly. Now, I want to reinforce that. We do not recommend you ever directly target anything other than Amazon, Etsy, or YouTube. Now, why would I say that, guys? Let's use the chat for a minute and stop here for a second. So when we show you how to use this, we want you to use it correctly. So in the chat, tell me why you think we would always use a buffer for anything other than Amazon or YouTube or Etsy or a very powerful site. Now, Michael, you guys will have to read this answers back to me because I can't see the
roger
chat.
that. Well, you know what? I think the consensus is among people, at least here on the admin side that I'm seeing coming in is, the buffer protects the target site.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's correct.
now Mike is asking, what about directly to the GPP?
I would never run directly only to the three I mentioned: YouTube, Amazon, Etsy. And the reason is they're so powerful in their own right that they can absorb any amount of power you send at them.
Exactly.
Okay. But a GMB, Google is going to pay a lot of attention to where everything is coming from, because there's so much fake stuff out there trying to push a GMB that they're on top of it and they pay a lot of attention to it.
Yeah. Now, quick question here, Gary. Since this is pushing on this product here and on Amazon, would this work on any Amazon listing?
Yeah, the Amazon doesn't separate. See, nobody backlinks an Amazon product. It's never been something that very few people have ever done. So if you backlink, basically that's what we're creating, is using a Google property to set a series of backlinks, powerful backlinks with authority, and we haven't got to that part yet. Where we're telling Google and giving Google authority through Google itself. Okay.
Now,
I'm-
Scott here was asking real quick on top of this. So if you can only run them, or you can't run it directly to a GPP, what can you run them to?
A buffer property like a G site.
Okay, and you could have an auto redirect on that as well, right?
That's correct. And,
yeah.
and we're going to cover a G site and how it's used in this context in the software itself.
All right, very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. This is from Dan K. He wanted to do a quick update. His client in 30 days for a national keyword, their main keyword that they provide nationally, is now on page 1, first page. In 30 days, he has done nothing other than the calendar itself. He started the campaign about a month ago, took him 2 hours and hadn't been touched since. Okay. He added some straggler keywords, but it's been hands-off campaign. That's impressive, guys, when you could take a national client and take them from nowheres to page 1 in 30 days. Do you think that client was impressed?
Absolutely. That is super powerful.
Okay. What about video? Now, I'm going to tell you that the video you're looking at was 2 years old. And it wasn't ranked per se on, you couldn't have found it if your life depended on it, if you didn't have the link. So the person that had this video is actually a JV himself. He has his own products. This is a video that was done for his son. And he manually created a small calendar stack. And he messed it up. He didn't do it correctly. He didn't add any attachments. He got so excited, he forgot to add the attachments when he got it done. And after about 3 days, it was number, I think 2 days, I think he told me, it was number 15. On the 3rd day, it was number 3. And on the 5th day, it became number 1. So, will it work for videos? And this was a direct link, guys. There was no buffer on this. This was straight to a video. In fact, this is basically his testimony. He did a simple quad stack. Now he put his name there. I'm sorry, I meant to take that off there and I didn't. So if you know Matt, you could give him a hard time.
Oh, Matt Bush is a great guy, man.
Yeah, I love him to death.
Yeah.
So, anybody ready to see a live demo? Give me a 1 in the chat box. All righty, we're gonna have to change my screen share, I believe. So,
Yeah, Bill and Bala here are having a competition on who can get the most ones in.
let me know you can actually see the software here, guys.
Not yet. We see your we
We see your
your
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
All right, I'm gonna do a new share.
Well, just stop this share and start a new one. Yeah.
I did.
Oh, there you go. You don't need to.
Okay, I've already filled in some of the items on here. And I'm gonna show you where all this stuff come from, so it's no mystery.
Can you make that a full size by opening up the top to full? Yeah, on your tool.
No, the other one.
There
One
you-
behind that.
Yeah, the one behind that. We're seeing your. Yeah,
Tell
but-
me what,
Minimize
Oh.
that. Now this one. Yep.
there we
that's about as big as I can get it, guys.
That's good. That's much better.
Okay, so we're gonna cover step by step what we do with this. When I open the software, first thing I'm gonna do is manage accounts. It's gonna ask me for the tokens. I've already done it, so we don't have to do it. That's in your settings. You can add your API, open API. You need your open API if you're gonna use AI, our AI tool. If not, you can cut and paste, and we'll cover that in depth. But let's go back.
Come on, Gary, make it dance.
We're gonna dance. Have some patience, guys. Okay, so the first thing I always have to do is give the calendar a title. After a title, I'm gonna put a location. And then I'm gonna put an event location, a description, and I can go single URL or multiple URLs. In this case, I'm gonna use multiple URLs for the demo because I want to show you that. I can also use multiple event titles. If I do that, I'm gonna have to just list my titles one after another. Okay, everybody still with me, right? Now,
With you.
anchor keywords. This is important. When I do my anchor keywords, I basically put 100 of them in here. So if the article that I create has any of those keywords in there, what's going to happen? It's going to anchor text them. Everybody follow that? So why do we anchor text the keywords, guys? In the chat, please. Tell you what, if I get the right answer, somebody's going to have to help me with this. Lou, can you monitor the chat for me? I'm going to give away 75 TRS coins worth $150.
What? Hey,
Wow.
you didn't give me that many coins.
Right answer for the first right answer.
All right. So we got first one was from, is that Bala? Am I getting that right? Better rankings. And then Bill says helps with ranking the keyword. Andrew
That's the
says so
correct answer right there.
better rankings or helps with ranking the keyword.
Helps with the ranking of the keyword. What it does is it ties those keywords to that SEO article that's going to be inside your calendar event.
All right.
Lou, get that person's email, or have them email support@therankingstore.com, and I'll make sure he gets his coins. Him or her, whoever it is.
Bill.
Okay. Now, I have to move this out of the way for a minute, guys, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna create an article using AI. Now, in order to do this, I've got to give it some instructions. Now, what I can do is I can make it do keywords, titles, description, or an article. Everybody follow that? So, discuss.
All right, then what's that you're typing there? Discuss.
This is
Mono-
what, in most cases, this would be called a prompt.
Okay.
The software is going to take what I wrote here, and I wrote discuss monodental implants versus traditional dental implants and the differences and advantages and disadvantages of both.
All right. So you created an AI prompt there. Okay. So the AI is
So-
built into this if you want to use it.
Yes. You have to have AI Factory, which is another one of our products. It's cheap enough. It's not very expensive. And you would have to have an open AI API. But you can also cut and paste using any AI. You don't have to use this one.
Okay.
So I'm going to take and click the article. I could have done all of this with AI if I choose to. So I'm going to tell it to write. Up here, I can clear it, reset it, write it, copy it, adjust it. But we want it to write. So it'll take just a second or two. I mean, it's pretty quick. It doesn't take long to give me a decent article. And there we are. That's how long it took. Now, we put some limits on the software because they've added limits in the calendar events, how many characters it can take. So what we've designed the software to do is put all your links, your target links at the top. So if it cuts anything off, you still have your links in the article. Everybody understand that? Give me a 1 if you're sure what I'm talking about, or 2 if you're not, because we can slow it down.
Paul, you said your question is what are the max characters? Are you saying in the AI writer or in the field that the writing created?
It'll take a lot of content.
In the event. Yeah, it'll take
it will take, generally will take as much content as you want to put. Now, I've tested it and retested it. And where I get into where I forget it's called Trunchiate or something like that.
Mhm.
Where it starts to do that, when I take HTML from, say, copy a website and paste it into an event. So I'll try and cover that. If I don't cover it, it's in some of the trainings that we do where I demo that. In fact, when we end the webinar, if you want to stay a little longer, we can go in more depth on some of that stuff if you'd like.
Gary, we got a question. Is this package you're showing right now, is this part of any other software that we sell?
We do have an RFR version 2, a calendar maker. It does not stack.
Okay,
or
so this is
tier.
only available in this webinar. This is not in any other product.
No, it's not in any other product.
Right. This is brand new. Like we just launched this.
This is
yeah.
actually, we launched this software 3.5, 4 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was like that real recent.
This is the first webinar that we have done beyond our internal launch.
Right, right.
Nobody else has seen this. You're the first group to see this. So I want to go through Now I'm going to show you how we put the magic in here, and then I'll explain the magic. But you see, it says add G drive attachments. So we're going to click this. We're going to load the first 200 files. Now, what I'm going to do here, because I don't want to go through all this stuff, I want to enter a keyword. See, in this way, I can go,
And Gary, what are these we're looking at right now?
these are documents on my drive,
On your Google Drive.
on my Google Drive.
Have you shared the A word yet?
That's the attachments
Authority.
authority. We're going to cover that next.
Okay.
I'm missing one thing in here that I know is in there, so I'm going to have to go back.
Gary, while you're looking for that, can you answer this question? Does this work on Amazon e-com products
Yes.
as well as other stuff?
Yes. Remember,
So-
we showed an image of a book.
Right. But is it other than books? Will it work on other Amazon e-com products?
There's no difference. Amazon's
Okay.
going to see. Amazon's going to look at it all the same to them.
Oh yeah, I mean this blows it out of the water, Gary. This is amazing.
Now I know there's one there because I saw it. Huh. Well, for the demo, I can unless I go find one here. Don't you love it when you're looking for something you can't find it? Let's add that one. Okay. Since we have what we have, notice how many attachments I added here.
And those are all individual documents in your Google Drive.
That's correct.
Okay.
So let's kind of cover it real quick. What are these? Okay. Now this one actually looks like an article. This right here is actually a website. This may be a website, but what we do and how we do it is Google has determined there are 4 or 5 sites that Google determines is an expert on anything and everything. So we're going to try and give away some more coins. We're going to stop. Who in here wants to win a few coins? Give me one if you want to play the game. Now, guys, I can't see it, so you have to help me here.
The ones are flying by.
Okay. Here's my question. Lou, you'll have to watch for the first correct answer.
All right. I'm watching.
Who does Google consider an authority on virtually anything? There are 4 sites that can be the correct. There's actually 5, but we're going to use 4.
Okay. The first answer that was put in was Google Scholar. And then someone else said Wikipedia. Someone else said Reddit. Site.google, LinkedIn.
You got 2 correct answers so far. We're looking for 2 more.
Quora, New York Times, Wall Street Journal.
Okay. So far, 2 people have won, so we're going to give.
Google site?
No, Google site's not an authority site. It's not considered an authority on its own. So we're gonna go real deep into this. Right after we run the software, we'll take the time to go over the authority docs. that
Google
we
News,
have in-
YouTube, BBC.
There, YouTube is one.
Google News. Was that another one?
Google News. There, now we have all four.
All right. So
There's
let me get
actually
the winners
five.
here.
Google search is the fifth one.
Well, someone just put Google.
That won't quite qualify. So the
Okay.
four people that got a correct answer will get 50 coins each.
All right. So that's Andrew D, Mike James.
Just put in support at therankingstore.com. Attention Gary /webinar.
And then Bill. And who was the last one? That was did we say Google News? That was the last one? No, YouTube.
YouTube.
That was Luis.
Google News and YouTube.
Oh, Google News as well. Okay, so
Yes.
Mike.
There's four. There'll be four correct answers.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Now we're about ready to run the software, guys. So I want to show you how simple this really is. I better get my other phone out here and turn it on because Google has a way of hitting me up on verifying my account. 202. So that we're ready for it. So there's several things you want to do. Okay. You can do the one event a day, set your time.
One event a day. That seems like a waste, doesn't it? Maybe we can do more.
You could do a lot more. You can stack, event stack, auto stack, add to stack, load to stack. But we're gonna do a simple one, 48 events in a single day.
48 events in
Now,
one day.
Yes, 7 days a week.
Okay.
Nah, 7 days a week.
Wow.
We're gonna go Monday through Friday on this one.
Isn't that going to take us long to add each one separately?
6 hours to do one of these by hand,
Wow.
minimum. That's if you're very focused. We're gonna change the colors and auto set the colors. Okay? And we're gonna event stack. Now, see what it said? Using the event stack creates a stack from the last event to the first. If you're using multiple URLs, the first will be used in the first event title and anchor text. These subsequent events will use the previous event link for the title and next multiple URL for the anchor text. Everybody understand that?
So you're saying it'll process through them?
What it means basically is this is going to be a tier or a stack. So the last event links to the prior event. That one links to the prior event to that until you get to the first event, which will have your target link. So only your very first will have your target. Everything else will push juice to the top. So you have so much power going up that this is like an avalanche of power when you hit the top. Okay? Everybody grasp that? Now you can also save and load features. So if I save it, I can come back and change or edit this and make a new one pretty quick without all my building. Okay? Not that it takes very long, it doesn't. So, we have any questions before I click run?
I want to answer JC. So this is not blogging. This is using calendar stacks to influence SEO and rankings.
That's
but it's fully automated.
Correct. That's 100% correct. So,
do the 48 events tier to each other? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
We're gonna open the calendar up and we're gonna break it apart once we run this.
All right, and we also want to know what the event attachments consist of.
We're
And then
gonna
you'll cover
show
that
you-
later though, right?
We're gonna show you live in the calendar itself.
Okay. So let's get it running. Come on, let's make it dance.
Okay. Now I can barely see it, but down here in the bottom is a blue bar running and it tells me it's
Yep.
running.
The blue bar of power.
Blue bar of power.
So now you got to find your calendar to see it, right?
Well, yeah. So what we're going to do here, we're going to create a new share. And
BD will have that information on this webinar for you.
so now this is my calendar. I'm going to uncheck some stuff. And while we're letting this run, I'm going to show you, number one,
You
how far
maximize
this-
that window.
I will, yes.
And then on the right side there where it says fail to load, can you click on that X so it'll maximize even more? Up
Oh,
to the right. Yeah, just close that.
thank you.
There we go.
So when I go into, say, the top on this particular one, this will be my target. In this case, it's a Google Calendar event because it's not the first one. Only the first one will have a URL that's a target. So until I find which one's number one, I'm not going to know. But we do have in here different anchor text for affiliate work for their keywords. And when you anchor text these keywords, you're giving authority to what you have.
And as someone said in the chat, Google sure loves itself. So you know
Yeah.
Google is going to really love all the Google Calendar stuff and the links herein.
All right, let's take a look. Now, this is not my calendar, so I may not have access to all of what they have. Unless they've given me permission. This one they did, evidently. Notice what I've done here, or on this particular one. We've anchor text all the keywords to a target. How did I do that? Insert link. And there's our link. We applied it to a YouTube. Okay.
So we got a question. Two people have asked, can you overload the calendar and cause problems?
Direct linking. That's why you use a buffer.
Okay. So
And-
you can't break Google Calendar.
Well, you can't break the calendar itself. I will show you what you can do that probably doesn't help you. Won't hurt you, but won't help you either one.
All right. So all this time we're talking, the calendar stacking is happening on the calendar we were working on, right?
Right. If you want to see it in action,
Yeah, let's see it in action if you can. Let's see the dance.
I gotta find. Okay. Remember what we named the calendar? Right here it is.
Okay.
So we can see it's actually being built as we speak.
Oh, that's wild.
So right there should be our target.
Yeah, look at that. That's awesome.
You can see in the background the events are being added. It's fully automated.
Fully automated. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And Gary, these will end in like what, a month?
No, they never end. They go to
Never
infinity.
end? That seems like cheating.
All right. Let's cover what it's doing. This is today, correct? Yesterday doesn't exist for Google. And for whatever reason, it's not filling Saturday or Sunday. So I may have missed and put Monday through Friday or something instead of every day. But when the time comes on Monday, Google's going to read this at 12 p.m., give or take, 12:02 to 12:30. See, they're 30 minutes apart. So every 30 minutes, whatever's in here is going to fire, and Google's going to read it. Now, here's something I need to focus on so you understand. There is no duplicate content in a Google Calendar. Zero duplicate content. Anybody wonder why that is? Now, the other thing, watch how many attachments we attached here. Okay, we're set it public and free. Software does that for you. But let's say this is for a client. I want to show you what you can do. I have a client call me up. I pushed them into number one. So now they think they don't need me anymore. Anybody here ever had that happen to them? Give me a
Wait, you're
one.
saying helping a client and then they walk away from you because you got them to number one?
Yep.
Huh.
Anybody ever had that experience?
Yes, that's why back in the day I created that strategy about protecting your links. So, because it's awful whenever people do that to you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you'll
So-
if you're doing SEO, you're going to get fired for two reasons. One, you suck, or two, you're too good.
Watch this, guys. Watch what we're going to do here. We're going to take and edit this. Okay? So when we click edit,
Mike and Brian have it. That's right. Disconnect them.
disconnect them, change the URL here.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh, that is an evil genius strategy. I love it. I love it.
Now,
That is Gary, both evil and genius. That's why we love him.
That's awesome. Yep. Redirect that link juice, baby. Redirect that link juice.
so once you do that, you click save this and following events. What did you just do?
You gave the customer what they paid for. When they stop paying, they stop getting it.
They stopped getting it. And now I can go, I've done all this work. I can go get a new client in the same niche and turn the juice on with one link in each row.
Andrew, you are absolutely correct. That is why you only have one link, he says. Nice.
Is that wild, guys?
That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, Bill, that's what we're showing you right now. The
So-
question Bill has, Gary, the question Bill has, are you trying to promote this dentist's website, his Google business profile, or both in what you're showing us right now?
This is actually a little different. In fact,
Bala says, take my money. Isn't that a meme, Bala?
yeah, I'm hitting the counter in the wrong place. So sometimes I get carried away here. Here we go. This basically, this dentist is not just a dentist. This is
It's one of the implant surgeons.
they teach monodental implants,
They
which
teach
has
it.
just been approved in the US in 2020 by the FDA. And it's going to be a leap forward in what can be done because they're bendable. So they're titanium, but they can be bent to a certain degree. So it's changing dentistry all the way around.
Hey, Gary, we have a question from Mike. Is there just one link in a row I'm sorry, is there just one link in row one to the target, or does each row have one link to the target?
It could be done either way. The software is very flexible. You
Okay.
determine that.
All right.
Okay. Remember, we can use multiple URLs or we can use just one.
Good. Good.
The software was built to be as flexible as it's needed to be.
Much more flexible than you and I, right?
Well, time-wise, and believe me, I've done this by hand, okay? Anytime we do a software, I have to prove it first that it works, number one, and I have to manually be able to do everything that the software is going to do.
All right.
So,
I mean, this is super, super powerful. I can't tell you how powerful this is because you're building these stacks, and like you said, let's say the customer fires you, you're redirecting all that juice with the push of a button. That means that you can build these entire massive SEO calendar silos, and then you can boost the living hell out of it by doing CTR directly into those calendar links, or by taking authority sites and directing the trust flow boosting citation, all of that stuff going into it, and page authority and everything. You can absolutely overload these freaking links. It's
oh
amazing.
yeah,
This is great.
and we're gonna take the time to show you real quick a few things. We're gonna go over to my drive for a second, guys. And this is a monodental. This was done by AI Factory, by the way. And they're already linked. So what can we do with this? We can actually put it on our G site. That's our buffer as well. But I want to show you authority docs and how they work and why they work. So I need to go actually find some. Might help if I search for what I want. Now, this is a slider. It's really one of the underdone properties that Google has. Probably the next thing I do a course and a software on. But you notice down here, you got a bunch of notes. Can everybody see that?
Actually, you should be able to expand that. If you drag just below the image,
Yeah.
you should that line, that dash right below the image, you should be able to grab that and pull it up.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I tried. It's okay. I think I can cover it. Now, some of the things that I do here, notice this right here. I can insert a link into these images. Okay.
So the slideshow image can become an image link.
That's
Can
correct.
become a link, I mean.
Come a link.
Okay.
Every one of these images will have a link.
Gotcha.
Okay. Underneath each of these images is something called notes. So what do we do with the notes? We can put RSS feeds, we can put authority docs, we can put targets, we can do virtually anything you imagine can be done. This is the most underutilized property that Google has.
Okay, going back to authority documents, somebody was asking here, how do you make the mass anchored text links, and what do each of them link to?
Okay,
Is that in the Google Scholar stuff you showed me a couple weeks ago?
we're going to do a Scholar right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do. Okay.
We're going to do. Would everybody agree that Google Scholar would be considered an authority?
Google thinks so.
Google definitely thinks so.
Yeah.
So we're going to do, and now I'm going to do this. If I was doing accident law or something like that, I'm going to change it around a little bit so I get away from ads. I don't want to have a bunch of ads. And I'm going to get all of these have citations. We're including the citations. Everybody see that?
So you hit that checkbox over there to include citations.
It's pre-clicked. You'd have to unclick it not to carry them.
Gotcha. So is Google Scholar free?
Google Scholar is a free property.
Okay.
We're going to show you how to use it. This up
Right.
here is called Link Gopher. Okay.
Link
If you-
Gopher. I'll throw that in the chat.
If you don't have Link Gopher, go get it.
How much is Link Gopher?
Free. It's a free.
Whoa.
So when I click it, I can say extract all links. And
Boom.
now I have all these articles that Google told us is the expert on this particular keyword.
Massively authoritative.
Right. So we go over to our docs, create a new doc, name it. I like to put Scholar first so I can separate what it is. Now, these are case law articles. Does anybody think that this would have any value in Google's eyes, being their case law? What happens with case law?
It's referenced over and over again. Heck yes, we get from JC.
All right, now there's 2 steps to this, guys. We've already pasted, we've named the article. The next thing we have to do is put anyone with a link.
And see it.
Copy the link. If you want another editor, you could add him. And then send. And then we're done. It's all.
So now you've created a list of authoritative articles, links that Google has said are authoritative, and you're going to go back into Google Calendar and say, look at this authoritative list that you already gave me.
100%.
Boom.
This is why we call this an authority doc. So when I go into, again, we go into my drive, you're going to see 4 or 5 different types. We're going to see Google Search, Google Scholar, Wikipedia, and YouTube. Now, of YouTube and Wikipedia, we're going to use a base keyword. We don't have to worry about the ads, right? So if I was looking at law articles, I can use a base keyword for Wikipedia. I cannot do that with YouTube. Why? Come on, guys, put your thinking hat on.
What was the question? Can you repeat it, please?
I'm going to have to change my keyword structure at YouTube just like we did at Google Scholar.
Gotcha.
We're doing it because we don't want a bunch of competitors' ads.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take accident law best practices.
All
So
right.
we
So
wanna
then you bring these
tie-
back in. You bring these into the software that we have, right?
Right. We use Link Gopher when we're at YouTube to pull in our links. Same
Right.
way we did on Scholar, same way we would do on a Google search, same way we would do on Wikipedia.
And then how do we bring this back into the Stacker software you created?
When we do the software, I don't know if you can see the software. without
Yep,
me
we see it.
So when I go over here, I add to my G drive. If it's on my drive, it's going to show up in these files.
So you can have more than one authority document for one stack?
There's no limit.
Holy cow.
I've put as many as 20 attachments.
So if we say like the top 5 that Google really respects, the Scholar, Wikipedia, just go through that list, YouTube and all that, at least 5 documents that are supremely authoritative to Google. Wow. Okay. That's
Hey,
huge.
hey, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go back calendar for a minute. and then we'll close out. Unless there's other questions. But let's go into, say, dental implants.
Bill says, I am mind blown. I agree, Bill. This is my third time seeing it, and I'm still blown away. I'm still discovering other stuff on it.
Hey guys, you want to see some real fun, crazy stuff?
Always.
We're
That's
gonna
why
go
I'm
to
working
my-
with you, Gary.
we're gonna
I'm with
go
the
to my
crazy stuff.
Google- We're going to go to my Google Drive for a minute,
Okay.
and we're going to add an entire website and attach it into the calendar.
Wait, a website now? You can
And,
add an
well,
entire website
right there. We
and a
just added-
slider.
we added a slider and we added a website in here. Now, if you really want to get some crazy stuff,
I know, that's pretty crazy, Gary.
so we're going to save that. This is following events. Okay. So let's go into another calendar that I can really get some real crazy stuff.
It doesn't seem like there's a limit on the number of calendars you can have, Gary, just looking at
There's-
your list.
Well, this is only one account. Okay.
Now you're just showing off.
Now I'm showing off. But let's go lifting straps, I guess. And well, rather than do that, I don't want to do that. Let's go.
Do you even lift?
No, I'm too old for that. So here's a small one. We're going to take and add a new event.
So this is another calendar you created before using the Stacker software.
Yeah.
And you're going to add an event to it. Okay.
I'm adding an event that's not related to this current stack.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to add a location. Let's see. So now what I really want to do is add a description. So I'm going to go back to my calendar, go to a different calendar. Let's go to apartment rentals. And we're going to go. I might have to do the share link to do it.
All right. So what are you trying to show us here, Gary? What are you trying to show us?
I'm going to take and cut and paste an entire calendar.
Like an entire stack of calendar events
Yeah.
from one to another.
Might have to use the share link to do it, guys. So in order to use the share link,
Okay, but the fact is you can do it. And this is going to allow you to then, in effect,
let's go a
Go ahead.
different way. Let's go a different way.
I just don't want to lose folks here, lose them in the weeds here, Gary.
Yeah, I understand. And part of why I'm struggling is because we're on a webinar rather than a normal. But everybody's seen a cut and paste before, right?
Yeah.
So we just cut and pasted a website. It's a G site, right?
Okay, so you just Control A, Control C.
Yep. So now we're going to edit where we left off, and we're going to add our description. Oops, I didn't get my cut and paste done right, did I?
Dan says, I'm taking so many notes. Going to use this for local clients. Definitely, Dan. Definitely. Andrew wants to know how we can get a hold of this.
Go ahead and paste in our links in case anybody needs to leave.
All right. You want to do that, Michael? Yeah, I'm right in front of you there.
The software, being on a webinar is not allow my copy. It doesn't look like.
Well, while he's doing that, let me talk real quick about the pricing. Is that good? Gary, you want
Yes.
to talk about the pricing real quick?
Go ahead.
So we have two different options. We have a monthly deal,
Oh, there we
and then
go.
there's the hybrid. So correct me if I'm wrong here, Gary. The hybrid is a larger upfront payment, but then reduced monthly payments. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay, so that's what the hybrid payment is. So you'll pay more upfront, but then each of your monthly payments will be less, or you can just do the straight up monthly. So let's throw those links into the chat here. And then there's, I think there's a coupon code too for both of them.
There is.
So let me. So the here's the hybrid link, and then the hybrid coupon code is Web2, right? Yeah. Isn't that what I told you, Michael?
I've also got it on the PowerPoint.
Gotcha. So that'll cut 50% off of the hybrid price, the Web2 coupon code.
There we go.
And then the monthly one, if you just want to go the straight up monthly, here's that. And then the coupon code for that is Web30, and that's a 30% discount off of the price, off the monthly price. I got them right. Good. All right, so those
guys,
links are in the
one
chat
more.
if you want to grab them. But Gary's going to show you some more detailed stuff here. We just know it's been an hour. We know some folks got to run. We promised that we want to be as close to an hour as we can, but we also want to make sure to answer your questions and such. So if you do have any other questions, comments, thoughts, observations, inquiries, snide remarks, threats, demands, quips, quibbles, or queries, please throw them in the chat. Is there a
Yes.
Facebook group or place for training?
There's Skype groups.
Right now, there's a Skype group.
Also, if you notice, what do you think the SEO value of an entire website into an event that fires every day at the same time? The coins, Lewis, the coins are worth a minimum of about 30% of the face value. So if you have 50, you have $75 worth. Okay?
So 50% more, you're saying, not less.
Yes, more. They're free towards any purchase of any software course or anything we offer. Yeah, there's a video, Bill.
And is that in the Skype group?
I will post it in the Skype group today.
Okay.
It is also a video on the landing page where you download your software. Anchor. The software will make anchor text according to the keywords that it finds in the software that you put. In other words, let me pull the software up for a second. Okay. In this area, guys, in this right here where we added all our keywords, whatever keywords it finds in the article, it's going to anchor text them. Okay? I appreciate that, Bill. I really do.
Okay, so there's those who purchase it today. You'll get the link to the Skype group.
Yes, it's in the document.
Right.
Let me drop this, go over to my documents. I'll give you a little peek
Thank you,
at
Bill.
it. Let's go. You get a heads up peek, guys. Let me move this out of my way. You have your download, a demo video, Skype room link, some results. And there's lots of
All right.
people that will help you as well. Because we've had this out for a month. There's people that use it practically every single day. Okay, we have any final questions or anything? Anybody want to cover anything?
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I had to step out for a minute. I don't know if you're calling on me or not, but
No.
okay.
Lewis, let me that's without the coupon code, Lewis. If you add the coupon code, that'll bring that $9.97 down to $4.49.
Right. It's a 50% coupon on the hybrid.
50%
It's
discount.
40, it's like $48.50 a month. Where the 127 with the coupon is like 97 a month. So it's got a 30% discount.
It's a great, great deal.
Alan, we're gonna get the replay out. Just check with Michael, he'll mail the replay out.
Yep. As soon as I get that up, I'll put it up on YouTube, and we'll get the replay mail.
Alan, you missed a great webinar, son.
Yeah, Andrew, on that. Yeah, why even spend time trying to create it now when you can have it automated like this?
I mean, you can still create it yourself. What did you say, about 6 hours each?
If
you wanna do it manually?
at least 6 hours, because a 5x38 took me 4 hours.
So at the very least, you got some hot tips today, and you can do it on your own. But think of all the time and money you're going to save by doing it automatically ad infinitum.
Well, here's the thing. When we first did this, we had a done for you service. A Dan K, which is at that time a 5x38, we used to charge $3.99, or with a coupon on a webinar, we did $2.99. We sold more Dan K's than anything else. But they were all manually made. We did them by hand. So there's a lot of hours involved. Scott, a 5x38 means it's Monday through Friday, and it's 38 deep. So it would come about every 45 minutes, the event would fire. It's great to be on vacation, Alan. What beach are you at? You gotta love it.
No one wants to share their beach. Now, Gary, where are you going to be ending this?
Dominican Republic. Ooh. My goodness.
When's the last day that you're going to end this, Gary? So I know when to send
You want to go 5 days?
17th?
Yep.
Yep, that sounds good. So next Wednesday.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for coming today. And I will get that replay up and out.
All right, guys, it's been fun. I appreciate your patience with me. I hope you pick something up and learn something. But
I definitely learned something. I need to get this doggone software. I'm serious. I'm serious, especially with that, reversing that traffic. That's genius.
Yeah, it's that's how we designed it right from the get-go, with the idea that you change a link and boom, you just redirect the target wherever you want.
Exactly. Yep, totally agree. All right, cool, awesome, Louise, great.
Hey guys, we're right on our timetable. I told Lou this morning I wanted to hit no longer than 115, and we're 114 right now.
114, 115 it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks everybody for coming.
All right, enjoy your day, guys.
We'll
look forward to seeing you on the inside.
Awesome. I think you're still host there,
Oh, okay. I'll stop sharing.
Patrick. There we go. I mean, Gary, my God, my bad.
You okay?
All right, there we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, and let me get that replay up and going, and I'll get the mail out in the next hour or so.
All righty, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, guys, for coming.
See ya.